Hi, so let's take a look at Lesson 6 from Unit 3 in 7th grade math. We're estimating areas today of, they say weird shapes. We would probably say something closer to a composite figure so that we can use that same composing and decomposing shapes in the next lesson to build up to the idea of the formula for the area of a circle. So this will kind of prepare students for that next lesson, but it's also going to do a great job of preparing students for figuring out area of composite figures later on in the year. So it will kind of serve two purposes. So I love the warm-up. It's great because it is doing numerically what the rest of the day does geometrically. So we're using that composing and decomposing idea here. And so some strategies you're going to look for, I would have kids write these down so you can walk around the room and call on the kid who uses one of these strategies. And if it's just one kid in the room, call on that one kid and let them explain it. If nobody has it, then you can say, hey, one of the things I saw when I was walking around was, and then walk through the strategy. So in this first one, we're looking for something like a kind of give one and get one. So the 87 becomes an 86 because it gives 1 to the 599 to get 600. And then we have 686, which gives us 686. On the second one, I do this one by subtracting 100 and then adding 12 back in. So I kind of go too far down to get me to 154. And then I know that I need to add 12 back because that's the difference between 88 and 100. And that is easier for me to do and get the, oops, that's a 12. I went ahead and did my adding, 166 there. And then on this last one, thinking of the 99 times 75 as 100 times 75 minus a 75. And so getting 7,500 and then minus the 75 to get, what is that, 7425. So looking at those that way, I think, can be helpful as they compose and decompose numbers and moving to composing and decomposing their shapes later on. So in this floor plan of a house, they're going to be doing exactly that. They're going to figure out the approximate area of the home, including the balcony. They could do it by kind of overcompensating and finding the big rectangle and taking pieces out, or they could decompose it into smaller pieces and kind of add those together. Then they're going to do the same kind of thing with the area of Nevada. Before you show them this picture, whether in their handout or digitally, make sure you go through the complete lesson plan and look. There's a couple other pieces to do to kind of do some approximations and thinking before they get in here and start doing the calculation. So it takes the numbers out and lets them actually just do some thinking about it, which I think is a very important skill for them to have. And then you have the summary, and the cool down also has the same kind of thing in this. So this is a pretty straightforward composing and decomposing, starting with numbers and then geometric figures to build into that next lesson.